AITAH for threatening to call the police on my BIL after he wrestled me? Advice needed. I am 22F. My sister is 30 and her husband is 37. At the moment I attend uni and still live with my mother. My sis lives about an hour away and I visit her once a month. We're close and always had a good relationship, which is why I visit her regularly. My sister's husband, my BIL, is a retired Navy SEAL and intimidating looking, but he's known as a big softy at heart. He likes to make people laugh and pull little pranks, and on the surface he's extremely warm and friendly. I mean, he does tons of volunteering with vulnerable people too, so it's not like he has a questionable or negative image, at least outwardly. I always liked him, as did my mother. We're both gym enthusiasts, so that's something we talked about frequently. Basically, everyone adores him. BTTU, my father passed away when I was little. However, lately he started doing something I hate. He's trained in MMA and a whole bunch of other stuff and thinks it's a good idea to test me. So he will randomly tackle and wrestle me to teach me. He does it jokingly, and it's something I dislike, but he tells me I'm too uptight and serious. Anytime I spoke up, my CS especially told me I'm being dramatic and overreacting and to just take it. However, it is impossible and unfun because he's literally 6 of pure muscle. I'm 5A and fit, but I cannot fairly wrestle someone so much bigger than me, let alone a man. I will be doing something and he just walks up to me and puts me on his shoulder or whatever. It's so f-king annoying. A few days ago, I was in my sister's kitchen and making myself a smoothie. He walked in and picked me up out of nowhere, causing me spill some fruit juice on my dress and pinned me down. I was so mad I kept telling him to get off me, but he laughed and wouldn't listen. I kicked him hard a few times, but I could barely move. He was literally taunting me even when I told him that he's too heavy and to get off me. At one point, I threatened to call the police and his eyes literally went dark and he told me to relax. Fortunately, he let go off me and told me that I'm no fun in WE. I was a bit shaken up and started crying a bit and called my sister. She was at the local grocery store. I told her what he did and she completely took his side, saying that her husband would never seriously hurt someone and that I should be used to his playful nature by now. She called me an attention seeker and accused me of trying to tarnish his image. I told her that I will not visit her if she doesn't tell him to leave me alone. We ended up having a screaming match, and I honestly don't see what I did wrong. I decided to completely stop spending any time with him because at this point, it just feels like he's bullying me. I cannot stand being around either of them. AITAH. AITAH. First comment, this is literally assault. And given that he refused to stop when you said stop means that you are not safe around him. And given that your sister 100% backed him up, you're not safe around her either. To be honest, even if she were to tell him to leave you alone, I wouldn't visit. And if your sister asks when you're visiting next or why you haven't visited again, take the time to come up with a reply that you're willing to repeat as often as needed to get the point across. In my head, it goes something like this. I will not be visiting because I no longer feel safe in your home or around your husband. He attacked me, and when I said stop, he didn't. No is supposed to mean no, but apparently not in your house. You can call me attention-seeking all you want, but what he did was unappreciated, unwanted, and anything but playful for me. It was upsetting and degrading. So no, I will not be visiting anymore. Second comment, NTA. He's pushing your limits. You wrestle with people who want to wrestle with you. A guy who constantly shows you how vulnerable and weak you are while touching you is closer to a threat. It is not fun. It is not consensual. It is not wanted. You have told him over and over again to not do this, and he continues to do it. He is an asshole and your sister is blind. This is the exact behavior I'd expect from a creepy dude, trying to either touch other women inappropriately and play it off as fine, or hoping you'll start to like touching him and start to like him. No decent dude does this. If a friend wants to and enjoys messing around wrestling, it's fine because both people are choosing to participate. I'd be going low contact and sending a very serious email to him and her that it's only fun for him and you in fact keep telling him not to do it and told your sister to tell him not to do it. He is without consent forcing you to submit, and if they can't understand how that is completely f-king unacceptable behavior, then the only way to stop him doing it is to not be around him or your sister. All this ever required was him doing it once, you saying no and him f-king apologizing and realizing it was completely inappropriate. That he neither apologized or stopped suggests a major issue there. Third comment, NTA. I'm so sorry. You can't be around her, either. While their relationship takes priority over your clearly stated boundaries, trust your gut on how you felt when you saw true self. He knew he was violating your boundaries and was getting off at how helpless you are to his physical attacks. Normal people feel shame if something they're doing makes the other person want to call the police. He seemed to feel irritated that you ended his fun. For now. He may be a sociopath or psychopath. I dated one. Once you've seen that shadow self, they know their gig is up. I think you've been targeted. That's why he keeps pushing your boundaries further and further. He may retaliate for you cutting off access. Just know it's a possibility. They don't like to be seen and will do whatever they can to protect their fake lives. I'd get ahead of him by letting someone else know. For an outcry witness, should he later victimize you, and for support. If I'm right, he'll start gaslighting you and low-key campaigning against you, dropping hints that you're infatuated with him or made a pass. Possibly stalking, so vary your routine, protect yourself. You matter. Your sister will not protect you, even if he persists. She doesn't respect your boundaries any more than he did. So you're not actually safe with her right now either. He could be a master manipulator. So look out for her from a distance. But stay away. You don't even need to say why. Protecting yourself is the most important job you have in life. Do that. Fourth comment, okay? So I live with a family that has done physical stuff like this in the past. And then it goes too far and everyone gets pissed. Based on that experience and how I've handled things in the past, here's how I would handle this. Sit down with your sister and her husband and calmly express, I don't want to make a big deal about this, but I really don't like it when you do this wrestling thing with me. It makes me very uncomfortable and is quite frankly, a bit scary. Again, I'm not making a big deal out of anything, but I would like this to please stop. I do not want to participate in this anymore. If they try to defend themselves, say, there's no need to get defensive. I'm not talking about the past. I'm talking about the future. I just don't want to do it anymore. That should be the end of it. Most grown-ups, when confronted with such a simple, small and calm request, will understand your request and honor it. Stay calm during the conversation though, and focus the conversation on the future. Now, if it happens again, then you are now in a situation where your request is not being honored. And if that happens, I would be very firm in how you respond. I've asked you nicely and calmly to respect my personal space. You have decided to ignore that request, and you have determined that you should have control over my body and my personal space. That makes me fearful for what you may do. The next time this happens, I will be calling the police. Do not do it again. And then, the next time it happens, call the police. Do not bluff. Call them. You've made yourself very clear, and anything that happens at this point, it's very clearly their fault, not yours. Fifth comment. I know this is unpopular. It's too bad he went too far. It sounds like he's awesome in about every way though. He doesn't realize how this feels for you. Guys can sometimes get too physical when they have trusted friends, but can also take it too far with them. When I read what you write, I get the feeling he views you like a sister and friend and buddy. Hey, I'm on your side. I know what you felt was scary. Write him a short letter. Something like ... Hey Bill, I'm 5'3" and get scared when you play wrestling with me. I don't wrestle and don't want to wrestle anymore. Last time you wrestled. I felt like I was going to be severely harmed and had no way of controlling the situation, which made it even worse. I ended up crying for a long time, and I asked my sister to talk to you about it, but we got in a fight. I know you didn't mean to make me feel that way, but do not wrestle with me again. Obviously make it your own. I think you need to say or write your piece to him before you escalate to police. Also, you're an adult, and you're capable of standing up for yourself vis your sister. Also, you never said it, but if you're around him in the future, don't physically engage him. I'm sure you won't. Yes, he needs to do the work and not you so much, but you have a voice. Use it again.